Yeah. Okay, I'd like to ask, how would you compare the USA team going to next year's Beijing Olympics than the previous game teams?
Well, I think the challenge that this team faces is much different than the challenge that the G team in 92 or 96 faced. Just because the basketball has truly become a global sport. There's so many teams out there who are great teams. So the challenge for us is much greater. Team 1 and also Team 2 had stars that were already established. They're midway through their career or almost finished their career. Whereas our team, we have a couple veterans, me and myself and Jason Kidd, and the rest of them are kind of just getting started with their career. So that being said, all three teams have a lot of firepower.
Hello. Kobe. Edwin Salan from Manila Bulletin. Kobe, right now I know your focus is on Team USA, but when you come back to the Lakers, do you expect a new teammates?
You know what? I don't know. I just train really hard to be ready. Whatever happens, happens. I just try to stay healthy, work hard, and go from there.
All right, next question, please. We got some more hands. We can have the mic still around by the side. There you go.
Hello. From your left. Back here. There you go.
That's it, Kobe.
I have two questions for Kobe. My name is Tina Dumel from the business section of Inquirer. My question for Kobe is, with the problem-solving athletes like Michael Vick, Barry Bonds, and all that, how would you, how do you keep yourself an ideal role model for people like my son who skipped school today to see you? What would you say would be the ideal characteristics of sports people who young people look up to?
I think the important thing to remember is that when people talk about role models, whether athletes or entertainers or whatever it may be, we automatically, as a society, as a culture, assume that role models should be perfect. And nobody's perfect. Everybody knows that. And I think that the definition of a role model should be a person who we learn from. It's a person that might make some mistakes, but kids growing up watching their role model and see the mistakes that he or she makes and learn from them. And doesn't duplicate the same mistakes that the role model makes. And I think that's what a role model should be. It's not a perfect person because that just doesn't exist.
What do you think, another second question, what would you think